Saudi Pro League will make another move for Mohamed Salah in the summer and make the Liverpool star their top target. Despite Al-Ittihad having £200 million offer rejected in the summer, the Saudi Pro League will make renewed attempts to sign Mohamed Salah next summer, with the Liverpool forward the main target. In the cash-rich competition's next phase of expansion, Al-Ittihad caused consternation at Anfield last summer by making a staggering £200 million bid for Salah late in the transfer window, which Liverpool were ultimately able to resist. And a more strategic attempt to woo the Egyptian superstar is planned over the coming months, after investing £750 million on new players. During the last transfer window, the SPL's spending is set to slow down next year, as they are locked into all their broadcast and commercial contracts for the next 18 months, but Salah is regarded as an exception. The 31-year-old is viewed as an even more important transfer target for the SPL than Cristiano Ronaldo, who provided instant credibility when he joined Al Nassr after leaving Manchester United 12 months ago, as he remains at his peak and is an icon throughout the Arab world. Over 10,000 Egyptian fans were at the King Abdullah Stadium in Jeddah on Thursday to watch African champions Al Ahly beat Al-Ittihad to reach the semi-finals of the Club World Cup, where they will meet Brazil's South American champions Fluminense on Monday. Although primarily a Saudi government project to diversify the kingdom's economy beyond oil, the expansion of the SPL has excited passions across the Middle East and Africa, and recruiting Salah would fuel such growth further. Salah will have 12 months left on his current £300 a week contract next summer, leaving Liverpool with a stark choice between cashing in or offering him a mega deal to end his career at the club. Salah did not agitate to leave or open negotiations with Al-Ittihad last summer, although it may be different if Liverpool seek to stand in his way at the end of the season. Liverpool could not compete with the extraordinary tax-free salary of £1.5 million a week on offer from Al-Ittihad last summer. But given the huge scale of Salah's earnings off the pitch, he could still choose to stay where he to prioritize the sporting challenge of winning more Premier League titles. In a study published by Harvard Business School earlier this year, Salah's agent, Rami Abbas Isser, estimated that his client's total earnings were between £46.8 million and £53.7 million a year. Brentford and England striker Ivan Toney, 27, is said to be excited about the possibility of joining Arsenal. Ivan Toney is excited about the prospect of joining Arsenal, with the North London club the frontrunner for the striker's signature in the January window. According to reports, the future of the Brentford star, who hasn't seen competitive league action since May, as he continues to serve an 8-month suspension for betting breaches, has been hotly contested since the summer transfer window. His prolific Premier League form has caught the eye of a number of suitors, most notably the Gunners and London rivals Chelsea. Mauricio Pochettino's side are in desperate need of attacking firepower and are thought to be prioritizing recruitments in forward positions when they enter the market. Tottenham could field an interest in the player, with former Spurs legend Teddy Sheringham urging Ange Postecoglou to consider beating their North London rivals to the transfer. But as per transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano, they may have to find alternative options as Toney focuses his ambition elsewhere. From what I'm hearing, this is one more detail on Ivan Toney Romano shared on his Kick channel. This is a rumor I'm hearing that his preference in terms of a top club move in January or the summer would be to go to Arsenal. From what I'm hearing, Ivan Toney could be really excited by the possibility of joining Arsenal. The 27-year-old previously appeared to hint at an Arsenal connection when he shared a post on Instagram celebrating Declan Rice's late winner against Luton. Before deleting it amid a flurry of speculation, Toney can return to competitive action on January 17th. but has already taken part in a number of friendly fixtures, scoring twice in closed-door ties. The Bees will be keen to cling on to their star striker after the loss of one of their linchpin players due to injury. Bryan Mbeumo has been sidelined for at least 12 weeks. After picking up an ankle issue during a Premier League tie against Brighton, in a serious blow to Thomas Frank's plans for the second half of the season. Before his injury, Mbeumo had scored 7 goals and assisted for more for the West London side in November. Reports circulated that Tony, who could be worth over £100 million in the market, was torn over his immediate future. Brentford have stood by him and the club have been brilliant. A source shared, part of him wants to help them by hitting the ground running straight away in January and scoring the goals, which will ensure they stay in the Premier League. There are a lot of clubs interested in Ivan, but his focus, for now, is getting back on the pitch at Brentford and doing the business for his manager Thomas Frank, to whom he feels he has a big debt to repay. The same goes for the fans. Chelsea and Man City in transfer battle for next Lionel Messi, but face huge obstacle. Chelsea and Manchester City have entered the race for River Plate's teenage sensation Claudio Echeverri, but their efforts could prove to be in vain amid interest from Barcelona. Echeverri has been dubbed the next Lionel Messi, after playing a starring role for Argentina at the Under-17s World Cup. City may feel like they have the edge over other sides, aiming to secure his services given they boast a stellar working relationship with River Plate. After dealing with the club for Julian Alvarez last year, the 17-year-old attacking midfielder has also caught the eye of Real Madrid, PSG, Juventus, as well as AC and Inter Milan. River Plate inserted a £21.4 million buyout clause in the contract Echeverri signed in January, but that figure rises to £25. 73 million within 10 days of any transfer window closing. While Chelsea and City are keeping tabs on the situation, it looks as if Barcelona are in the driving seat to land the signature of a talent who bagged a hat-trick against arch-rivals Brazil in Indonesia during the youth tournament. Prior to the Under-17s World Cup last month, Echeverri dropped a huge hint over his preferred destination. As well as River, I would like to play for Barker, he admitted. I am a big Lionel Messi fan and I watched him play there, so they are a team I have followed since I was very young. Speculation linking the teenager with a move to the Camp Nou is expected to only continue after Xavi's recent comments on Echeverri, where he heaped praise on the 17-year-old. The Barcelona boss claimed the boy is a talent. Beyond the hat-trick he scored against Brazil at the U17 World Cup, he's a difference maker. But it's something for the scouting department to deal with. Barcelona already have a plethora of exciting young talent, including the likes of Pedri, Gavi, Lamine Yamal, and Casado. However, Xavi is keen on bolstering his attacking options for the future, and clearly views Echeverri as a player that could make the grade. With the January transfer window just weeks away, if either of City or Chelsea wish to sign Echeverri, they may have to move quickly. It would appear as if this is Barcelona's transfer to lose given the mutual admiration. AC Milan inquire about Aston Villa star, but decision not in Premier League club's hands. AC Milan have asked Barcelona for information about Clement Lenglet's situation at Aston Villa, as the defender struggles for minutes at Villa Park. The Frenchman was signed by the Birmingham club this summer as part of a loan deal with the Catalan club, but Unai Emery doesn't seem to trust the player, as the 28-year-old has yet to feature in the Premier League this season. Overall, Lenglet has played just 5 matches in all competitions during the current campaign, and that has prompted AC Milan to see if they can agree a deal with Barcelona to bring the French star to Italy. Nothing is close to being agreed, says Fabrizio Romano, as Milan asking for information is as far as this potential deal has gotten so far. Writing in his latest exclusive Codifside column, Romano states Milan want to be kept informed about Linglet's situation, as the Serie A club looks to sign a defender in January. The transfer expert has said nothing is close to being signed regarding the future of Linglet, but I have reported that AC Milan have asked for information on the player. That's it for the moment. The club wanted to be informed, so let's see what they decide to do. Of course, the deal would be made with Barcelona and not with Aston Villa. But it's still early stages. Manchester City told Everton they want £7.5 million Calvin Phillips loan fee. Man City wanted a £7.5 million loan fee for midfielder Calvin Phillips in the most recent summer window. Everton inquired about taking the 28-year-old on loan in the off-season, but City told the Merseysiders they wanted all of his wages covered, as well as the £7.5 million loan fee. Phillips was reluctant to join the Toffees in any case, and the deal never got off the ground. But City's demands demonstrate a loan deal for the England star will be far from cheap for interested clubs in the January transfer window. It is believed he is free to leave Man City in the upcoming winter window, but a 6-month temporary deal is likely to be very expensive for his suitors. Newcastle, Tottenham and Juventus are among the top sides ready to do battle to take Phillips on loan in January. He is surplus to requirements at the Ittihad Stadium after limited action so far in the 2023-24 campaign. The 28-year-old has played 9 times this season, scoring once in 305 total minutes of action for the treble winners. Phillips has not managed to crack Pep Guardiola's first choice starting 11 since completing a reported £45 million move from Leeds United in 2022. Speaking recently, City boss Guardiola insisted he is so sorry for Phillips' continued exclusion, but maintained he cannot see the midfielder breaking into his side. The ex-Leeds star remains a regular fixture for England and will be keen to play regular first-team football in the second half of this season, ahead of the European Championships next summer. Sevilla sack head coach Diego Alonso after 9 weeks in charge. Spanish club Sevilla have sacked head coach Diego Alonso just 9 weeks after his appointment. The 48-year-old Uruguayan was brought in on the 10th of October, but failed to win a game in the league or in Europe. Sevilla won a record-extending 7th Europa League last season under Jose Luis Mendilibar, who Alonso replaced, but finished bottom of their Champions League group this term. Alonso's only wins came in the Copa del Rey against lower league opposition. Sevilla announced his dismissal after Saturday's 3-0 defeat by Getafe, with sporting director Victor Orta saying results were all important, and the decision was taken with all the pain in our hearts. Alonso was Sevilla's 4th manager since October last year, and leaves them 16th in La Liga after 3 defeats and 5 draws in his 8 league games in charge.